The Viking story is more than raids and battles. It's a tale of survival in the harsh northern wilds. Beyond the battlefield, the marshes of Scandinavia held a quieter saga. Here, Vikings found not just obstacles, but opportunity. The secret of bog iron. They learned to read the land, discovering iron hidden beneath the mud. This iron became the backbone of their world, tools, weapons, and the means to thrive. The popular image of Vikings as mere warriors misses their true genius. They were farmers, traders, and above all, innovators, forced by their environment to adapt. Every tool and weapon was a victory over nature, not just over enemies. Let's step away from the sagas of kings and listen to the story whispered by the bogs. This is the story of bog iron, how Vikings pulled metal from the mud with nothing but their hands and wits. They transformed rusty sludge into the foundation of their age. This is not just a history of technology, but of the human spirit. It's about turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, and it all began in the marsh. In museums, Viking iron artifacts endure while modern iron crumbles to rust. Why? The answer lies in the iron's origins and chemistry. Modern steel is pure and strong, but that purity makes it vulnerable. Rust devours it quickly. Viking iron was different, made from bog ore. It was full of impurities. These impurities, called slag, remained trapped in the metal. Instead of being a flaw, slag formed a protective network, slowing rust. Many Viking artifacts survived because they were buried in bogs, oxygen-poor, acidic environments that preserved them. The bogs that gave birth to the iron also became its guardians. This unintentional chemistry, combined with the unique burial, allowed Viking iron to last for centuries. The result, swords, axes, and tools that outlived their makers. The paradox of Viking iron is a story of accidental genius. Their methods, born of necessity, created metal that endures. The bog's embrace preserved their legacy. What began as muddy ore became a timeless testament to Viking ingenuity. Their iron, like their legend, refuses to fade. To understand Viking iron, we must understand the bog. Northern Europe's wetlands, fed by iron-rich streams, became natural factories. Special bacteria in the bogs turned dissolved iron into rusty nodules, bog iron ore. It wasn't high quality, but it was everywhere and renewable. Vikings harvested it by wading into the muck, feeling for lumps with their feet. It was hard, messy work, done in the dry months by entire communities. Why bother? Scandinavia had no rich rock ore. Bog iron was their only option. Without it, there would have been no longships, no axes, no ploughs. Bog iron was the foundation of Viking society. It was a gift from the mud, claimed through patience and toil. The Vikings turned scarcity into strength. Their civilization was built on what others overlooked. From the bog they drew the metal that shaped their world. Once gathered, the bog iron ore began its transformation. First, it was roasted to dry and purify it, then crushed and loaded into a simple clay furnace called a bloomery, layered with charcoal. Air was pumped in by hand, raising the heat to over 1,200 degrees Celsius. Inside, a chemical reaction stripped oxygen from the ore, leaving metallic iron. The iron didn't melt, but sintered into a spongy mass, the bloom, while slag dripped away. After hours of labor, the furnace was broken open. Blacksmiths pulled out the hot, porous, bloom-raw potential, not yet a tool or weapon. This bloom was the result of a day's work and a mountain of charcoal. It was precious, the fruit of fire, sweat, and skill. The journey from mud to metal was grueling, but it was the first step in forging the tools and weapons of a civilization. The real magic began at the blacksmith's forge. The blacksmith's forge was where raw bloom became legend. Heated and hammered, the iron was folded and welded, squeezing out slag and blending the metal. This process created strong, flexible blades, both art and weapon. Pattern-welded swords bore swirling designs, proof of the smith's mastery. These weapons were prized, named, and passed down through generations. Viking ironwork was more than function. It was status, identity, and survival. Their true saga is not just of conquest, but of mastering their world. With mud, wood, and knowledge, they built a civilization. Their iron endures, a quiet legacy of resilience and ingenuity. The Vikings saw treasure where others saw wasteland. They turned mud into civilization. Their story is a reminder true power lies in creation, not destruction. The iron of the bog is their lasting gift to history.